We're back on TYT Sports Friday in the studio. On Thursday, the New England Patriots lost to the Kansas City Chiefs 42-27, to which if you think you called that, you didn't. Except unless you're, Maurice Jones Drew, who was ex-NFL player, now an analyst, absolutely shredded before the game online for saying that the Chiefs would win. And we'll get to his memes later. There's a lot to unpack. Franco, you watched. You were excited to see football back, at least in the sense of, look, I like football, so I'm happy it's back. But in general, a lot of other storylines have clouded the playing field, if you will. But the champions, the Super Bowl champions with their 5th banner, they lost. And it does seem like, I think the Patriots are the most hated team in sports, American sports. Is there a more hated team in football? Definitely not in football.
I don't know, the Cowboys are pretty hated.
That's an NFC, that's a Northeast thing though. I don't know if the Cowboys are actually really hated like anywhere besides New Jersey, New York, Philly.
I was listening to the radio. I was listening to them being brought up on the radio on the way into LA, but I think it was like 105.9. Like,
but see,
and someone mentioned the Cowboys, and they were like, "What, Dallas? Everyone hates Dallas." And I was thinking, they don't make a good excuse to not hate them. Like they're supposed to be everything that's like great about the NFL and about America, but at the same time, they prove to be the worst on a lot of things.
Yeah, but they're rich.
Pretty accurate.
Jerry Jones is like he's in the Hall of Fame. He bought a Hall of Fame seat, if you will.
They probably would cost quite a lot. Probably. To buy a Hall of Fame seat?
To buy a Hall of Fame seat. But in the case of the Patriots and the Chiefs, Alex Smith turned into Aaron Rodgers, which was remarkable. Andy Reid didn't F up the clock, even though you just thought, look, anybody who really counted out the Patriots with 4 minutes left, down 2 scores, like, do you not remember February?
Yeah.
Like, it was just, I kept thinking, and I even sent out like a half sarcastic tweet being like, I think the Patriots might win this game. Because it's amazing to me how much people want to see the Patriots get blown out. And I'm someone who's always defended the Patriots because to me it's like the same as defending LeBron James or defending the Spurs or defending Real Madrid. Like, why hate Usain Bolt? Why hate greatness? It's what they are. And they can still throw around, unfortunately, 5 championships in our faces. Like, I can tell you, here's a couple of numbers just in general. Before we get into the injuries, one of the things I took notice of is that Tom Brady didn't do a QB sneak on 4th and 1 in the 2 situations where the Patriots had 4th and 1 in the Chiefs' territory. The gamble didn't pay off. They were able to stop the Patriots. Over Tom Brady's career, he's 91 of 100 on converting 3rd and 4th and 1s as a runner. So the first time you think, okay, it's week 1 of the season. They don't need Tom Brady to sneak it in. Maybe they can just punch it up the gut with whoever they got, James White, Gillespie, any of these guys. And they do it a second time and you go, hold on, you have a 91% conversion rate on this. Why not go for it? And some people immediately want to overreact to, oh, Tom Brady's a 40-year-old quarterback. Okay, look, there isn't that much of a difference between February of 2017 after he just played 18 games, 18 games to get to that point. Actually, I take that back. He played 14 games because he was suspended the first 4. And September of 2017, where he was just awful this time. Man, Tom Brady looks like a 40-year-old quarterback. Well, he is a 40-year-old quarterback. It's not like he's 32 and they're saying, man, that guy looks like he's a 40-year-old quarterback. No, he's 40. However, the really big takeaway here, Eric Berry, Donta Hightower, Malcolm Mitchell is already on the IR, Danny Amendola, there was injuries all around, unfortunately. Eric Berry's out for the season, which sucks for the Chiefs. Eric Berry is tremendous, and I think he was the one that actually overcame cancer to come back and be comeback player of the year and just phenomenal as their best defensive player, or up there alongside like Justin Houston. Donta Hightower for the Patriots also goes down. And the big talk across sports radio this morning was if Donta Hightower is out for a long time, that's a major issue. If it's just a tweak, it's not as bad. But Donta Hightower is the one big play defensive guy. He was in the Super Bowl. You don't win that Super Bowl without Donta Hightower strip sacking Matt Ryan. You also don't win the Super Bowl against the Seahawks if Donta Hightower doesn't stuff Marshawn Lynch before they made the throw that was intercepted by Malcolm Butler. So in the biggest moments of the biggest games, he's the one that has stepped up on the defensive end a lot of the time. But also, Malcolm Mitchell is on the IR that got announced like injured reserve. That got announced a couple hours before the game. Danny Amendola gets injured. Julian Edelman's already gone. You have Brandon Cooks, who looked, he got about 3 or 4 pass interference calls in his favor, which is good. He's a threatening player. He's their best downfield threat since Randy Moss. He's fast, but they had nobody else. Gronk was on the field, but Eric Berry shut him down alongside other defensive backs. Like Phillip Gaines was getting torched all night by the Patriots receivers. Brady missed a throw or two, and the other side of it was Justin Houston's a freak of nature, the Kansas City Chiefs outside linebacker, and I think he is the best blitzing outside linebacker in the game, aside from probably Khalil Mack. But Khalil Mack plays like, it's like LeBron. Plays defensive line, he can play inside, outside, he can play middle linebacker, play outside linebacker. Fuck it, I believe he can play free safety if he wanted to. He's that talented. But Houston gets 2 sacks in the game. There's a guy who had 22 sacks a couple years ago. And then there's all the creativity that Kareem Hunt and Tyreek Hill brought the Chiefs in itself. You had absolute phenomenal work by Kareem Hunt to find open space and really bounce back from fumbling on his first ever NFL touch. And then Tyreek Hill, who's as fast as most bronze medal 200-meter sprinters in the Olympics. So that's your combination. And I'm really mad at my partner Dan Watkins because he made me take the Patriots because he's a Patriots fan. And he was fucking wrong. I was gonna take the Chiefs plus 8.5. It's a lot of points.
Well, that's
rant over.
No, you should have ranted because I was going to say that's the best thing to say at the start because I didn't watch it on cable TV. I caught slight glimpses on
Game Rewind
on Twitter because I'm not going to watch on cable. I'm not going to give any money back to the NFL. That's the true statement.
You're going to watch my Giants though.
I just don't want to. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna abuse the NFL backstream system of watching it on Twitter.
How are you going to support all the other guys that are taking their stands and their knees?
Well, that's the thing.
Like
I'm not going to not watch. I'm just not going to pay. Like I don't have a cable subscription anymore. Well, I'm just not going to pay to watch it.
That's smart to know.
And that was partly because I just don't want to give any sort of money to the NFL. But
my dad's.
Yeah, and that's again. You guys know my opinions on the Kaepernick issue and everything else. But again, you made a valid point. There's also guys in the NFL that are going to be continuing to speak out against this. So I have no problem with anyone that is protesting. I stood by those that didn't want to watch the NFL. I shared posts. I made sure to make my comments like, if you want to boycott the NFL, go ahead, do it. You have every right to do so. I don't want to watch the NFL either. I didn't give them any sort of subscription like NFL.com or any of that. Giving back to those abundance. But I do feel like it's important to maybe keep an eye and bring to light the fact that there's other people in there, like what happened with
Marcus Peters.
Marcus Peters was sat on the bench. But regardless of that was just my little point at the beginning. That's why you're far more equipped to go into the in-depth analysis. From what I've seen, Alex Smith went off. Absolutely unbelievable. What was it, 28 for 35?
Which, yeah, we just don't expect that.
True, but I liked when someone comes out, who started this way last season very similarly. Someone came out from the get-go and was just thrown.
Well, Matt Ryan was slinging since
I think it was Matt
week
Ryan.
one.
Yeah, it was Matt Ryan. Was like week one, but it was just because it's good to see someone amidst the pack who we know's got talent, but just to come out and just completely obliterate the opponent, especially when they're the Patriots. Yeah, and what he threw 368. 4 touchdowns. So he was definitely the standout from that. Tom Brady's anger. I saw the meme from that as well, so I'm able to comment on that. The usual Tom Brady angry meme comes around. What was he throwing? Like tape?
There was a whole Twitter moment of just actually the best one of those, which I don't have for you, so we'll throw it in after. Angry Tom Brady and angry Philip Rivers had the exact same face. Exact same face.
Which is funny because angry Eli Manning and happy Eli Manning and sad Eli Manning and on the toilet Eli Manning, all of the same face.
It's all the same. It is all the same face. Tom Brady was 105-0 when taking a lead into the fourth quarter.
Wow.
He's now 105-1.
That's awful record. Shocking.
To which one of my friends, Ben, texts me and goes, man, I guess a winning percentage over 99 when taking a lead in the fourth quarter. Pretty good. Like, I just think it's hilarious that there's an overreaction. Like, yes, first of all, it's not the first time the Chiefs have hit the Patriots hard and then everyone buries the Patriots. The Jets and the Bills are going to play for first place in the AFCs, which is unbelievable and very funny because it probably won't be that way again. So, did many people overrate the Patriots? Of course. Some people said 16-0. But if you don't think the Patriots are still going to be cakewalking in the AFC Championship after this, you haven't watched a single season with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and what they're going to be able to bounce back with. Some memes, some tweets. Ian Rappaport has one of them before we get into a couple others. The only time that Tom Brady has ever been jealous of Alex Smith, And what's funny about this is that somebody sent me a direct message about my obsession with tiers over rankings, and they sent this over.
Yeah,
this is the next one.
That's actually amazing. Yeah. That is. I love that this is came around. There's one that I seen recently that I don't know what it meant, but it was the woman who's angry at her face on every face. So it was like the woman looking at her angry face, looking at her angry face, looking back at the angry face. And I was just like, I don't know what people are doing, but it's amazing.
It's also this one with Rick and Morty too. But leave it to the fans, the crying Patriot. Nobody's safe anymore. Nobody's safe.
That is so discreetly well done.
That's why I'm obsessed with the crying Jordan. It's not about it being a
done. It's about fitting into it. It's about being discreet now and how
creativity. Like when they put it in Steph Curry's pupils. The Jets are 5 minutes away from leading the Patriots by a half game in the AFC East. Lord. And then, of course, there's the MJD, Maurice Jones Drew. He posted this. I'm looking at y'all. I picked the Chiefs. From now on, we will never distrust Maurice Jones Drew. He is forever the leading analyst. Analyst. I like analyst. That's it. Football season kicks off on Sunday. I guess it's kickoff part 2. The Giants play the Cowboys. My dude Chris Collinsworth is back in the booth. I wanted to read you one exchange.
How happy are you that the only game that Ezekiel Elliott happens to be allowed to play against is against the Giants?
Fucking horseshit. I just
think that New York, I just think because you're blessed with such a great city, it's just like people are thinking, how can we screw these people over? Like how you've had a really nice city, so much to do. Let's just mess up their sports teams consistently.
Yeah, it's fucked up. So I think Chris Collinsworth is like the greatest, happiest person. I don't think anybody's ever been happier at their job. Now, every single NFL commentator, like the ones like Phil Simms was bad at it, but like everybody else, except for like Joe Buck, who has no description ever, no detail in his like analysis or commentary. That's besides the point because it's one of those things that everyone has to acknowledge is extremely difficult to do, especially live, and everybody thinks they can do it better. However, nobody's happier than Chris Collinsworth, and Al Michaels I think is there to troll. I really do. I think especially when he brings up the spreads, he brings up the little things like the players kneeling. That is definitely something that I promise you at some point, some executive producer that working for the NFL or NBC, CBS, Fox is saying, hey, let's keep that to a minimum. Like you just know how that's gonna be working with the NFL. However, I do think it's funny that they pan over. I even posted it on Twitter. They pan over. They always start with Al Michaels and they pan over to the happiest man on earth, Chris Collinsworth. And I'm not saying this sarcastically. I think the guy's hilarious. To which my friend Alex texts me and says, every morning imagine his wife waking up to him and just panning over to his beaming face where he goes, so happy to be here, honey. It's just incredible to be here right now, Al. I can't believe it. He also pointed out that the highlight of an offensive tackle for the Chiefs who didn't touch anybody. And I can tell you, for an offensive tackle at any point to not touch anybody is the rarest occurrence in football. Like the first thing they do is touch somebody. Yeah. He highlighted him where he didn't touch anybody. The man is happy, okay? He's also really funny Twitter follow because he just kind of roasts everybody around. So look, one day if I can be as happy as Chris Collinsworth, then I've done it. I found the Holy Grail.